Hello YouTube. It's a rainy, dreary, dismal Sunday afternoon. Yesterday was kind of hectic for me. I had all kinds of shit going on, but not much today, so I thought I'd do a video. It's funny, I walk out here just getting ready to start filming. I look up and see the Amazon Prime guy pulling up front, and he dropped me off a new Cold Steel. Woo, woo, woo. That's not what this video is about, but I heard so many people ranting and raving about how great the Master Hunter was. I had to check one out. Even Ethan Becker, the master knife maker, says that this is probably the best knife design ever created. So I thought I'd check it out. And man, this thing is a nice piece. I'll tell you what. Whew, boy, I'm liking this knife already. Out of the box, it's scary ass sharp. Cold steel, made in Taiwan, is it? Yeah, man, I can't hardly see. I need my glasses. Yeah, made in Taiwan, I'm sure. It's the VG1 San Mai version. Amazon had them on sale. They're going for 88 bucks, which these are usually a little over 100. So I decided to jump on one after hearing all of it. But yeah, I'm really liking this. But I just got it minutes ago, so no review on this yet. But there will be a review coming. Count on it. I love my cold steels. The knife that I wanted to show you today, though, is you've seen it briefly in a couple videos, but first of all, the sheath it comes in is typical Bark River quality sheath. Excellent sheath. You can carry it scout style or vertical on the belt, and it doesn't carry too awful high, so it doesn't poke me too bad in the ribs, but I might put a dangler on here. I'm not sure. So far, it really hasn't bothered me, so I may just leave it. But this is the Bark River FOBOS collaboration Legion. Bark River is no longer making these. FOBOS is making their own knives now. And they recently came out with a newer version of this. It's in 3V steel. This one here is in CPM 154. And it has a few minor changes, but more or less the same knife, with just a little bit different on the clip and what have you. But FOBOS stands for For Operators by Operators. So this was designed for military personnel use in mind. Combat utility. Excellent knife. It has a 6 1/4 inch long blade, about a 5 1/2 inch long handle, about a 4 3/4, I think I measured grip length, or 4 1/4 maybe it was grip length. This is natural canvas micarta. You can see the jipping on there. It's definitely effective. Might be a little too aggressive for long-term cutting, but being as it's mainly a military design, you know, most operators are going to be wearing gloves when they're out there. So with gloves on, this is amazing. It is so comfortable in the hand, no matter which grip you use. Choked up here for finer work is great. The balance is right here at the front, right at the front of the handle right here. 1/4 inch thick stock. Now, a lot of times when you have a knife with this thick of a blade stock, it doesn't really turn out to be a great slicer. But this thing, with a full height convex ground, comes down to such a thin edge that, I mean, it just cuts like a dream. This is hard to do behind the camera, but it is sharp. It is scary ass sharp. Cuts wood. I use this, you know, I'm not an operator by any means. Not military, never have been. I don't claim to be. But I use this out in the woods, and you know, it'll feather stick fine. It will cut notches just fine. I baton with it. Believe it or not, for a 6 1/4 inch blade, this thing chops like a damn demon. This thing chops better than some of my 10-inch bladed choppers do. This knife, since the day I first put it in hand, it has never stopped amazing me. It's probably my favorite knife, my most used fixed blade, I'd say. I don't know if you can see, it depends on if the light shines just right. You can see it's got all kinds of little scratches and nicks in it from being used. This knife is just truly an amazing piece. I kind of wish I'd have gotten the 3V upgraded version, but really, this knife does everything that I need it to do. I'm so happy with it that I honestly just didn't really see the need to upgrade, you know. Got a great attitude adjuster on the end of it. If you need to bust up some nuts or anything like that, or chip up some rocks into smaller pieces to make arrowheads or something out of it, whatever, you know what I mean? It's good. So comfortable in the hand, it's just ridiculous. So versatile, light, nimble, quick. Be great pokey stabby wise. You know, made for military, by military. So I guess he knows what soldiers need. So yeah, this would definitely make a great soldier knife. CPM 154 is not going to be tough as like a 3V or any of the tool steels really. It's a stainless steel, but it takes such an incredible edge on it, man. I can't believe the edge this thing takes. It's just freaking ridiculous how sharp this is. I've had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. I just truly enjoy this knife. I just can't sing its praises enough. I just wish you could still get one so that everybody could go out and buy one and then experience it. But I haven't even seen any of these on the secondary markets. I'm pretty sure people just like it enough that they're keeping them. I'm sure that Phobos will make another run of their upgraded models. They have several other designs too. They have a big 9-inch heavy chopper type knife. They have a 4-inch long Tier 1 Mini, it's called. The one that looks similar to this that they just put out is the Tier 1, I believe. And then they have the Tier 1 Mini, which is a 4-inch version. But they make an outstanding knife. They're not cheap. You know, Bark River are not cheap knives, and the newer ones aren't really cheap either, even though Bark River's not making them. It's still a big chunk of 3V steel, which is expensive steel, so they're not for everybody, I guess. But I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance to pick one of these up, I would highly recommend it. You see somebody selling one on the secondary market, I'd jump all over it if you got the money and can do it. It is just such a fantastic knife. Would be great for anything, even really, you know. You could choke up on it and skin. So you could use it for hunting, bushcraft, fieldcraft, food prep. I mean, like I said, you saw how it freaking cuts, man. It's very humid and damp out here, so paper's starting to get a little soggy. I can feel it, but yeah, you know, I mean, you know, this isn't thick cardboard, it's just normal UPS box, but it cuts it like it ain't even there. Oops, sorry. The mark of a true rank amateur. But anyways, that about wraps it up, really. I just wanted to show everybody this, what I think is just an absolutely amazing knife. And it's probably my favorite fixed blade to take out and actually use. You know, I have a lot of bushcraft knives that I use a lot, and I really like them for working with wood. But this thing is just a good all-around general purpose knife. It can do pretty much anything, you know. It's not going to work as good as some designs for some things, but it can handle pretty much anything and do it quite well, really. So just thought I'd give you... Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. When this first came out, some people complained that the handle wasn't beefy enough. But when I have a thin knife with a slimmer handle like this, I lay it right across the callus line of my hand and grip it like that, and that gives you such amazing control over the blade when you hold it like that. And it's funny that I saw a comment on a video, somebody complaining just that, and Eric Hanson, who was the designer of this knife, stepped back up and said, "We designed this to be held across the callus line of your palm like this because that gives you increased control over the blade." And I just thought that was funny because I never even gave that a thought, but that's exactly how I instinctively hold any knife with a slimmer handle like this. And it really does give you such fine control over the blade, whatever you're doing, carving, slicing, cutting, whatever. But anyways, that's it. That's the Bark River Phobos collaboration Legion. Hope you enjoyed it. There'll be more to come. Stick around. And being as this is a military design knife for military personnel use, let's not forget about our veterans. 22 a day are taking their own life. We need to bring awareness to that problem. It's It's pretty heartbreaking, really, if you think about it. You know, the people that we owe these people such a debt of gratitude. They come home after doing things that no person ever should really have to see or do, and they have a hard time adjusting back to civilian life. And they're killing themselves at a ridiculous rate. It's really heartbreaking. So there you go, the Phobos Legion. There's the logo. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you later.